Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to another exciting episode on Coinstar, your #1 source for rare coin discoveries, market insights, and hidden numismatic treasures. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1967 Roosevelt $1 coin that most people pass by without a second thought. But what if I told you that this small, silver-toned coin could be worth up to $786,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. One simple dime, with a face value of just 10 cents, could change your life. So sit tight and stay tuned, because in this video, we'll uncover the rare features, minting secrets, errors, historical background, and the current market value that makes this 1967 Roosevelt dime a hidden jackpot in the coin collecting world. Part 1. Origins of the Roosevelt dime. 115. Let's begin with some historical background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the United States through the Great Depression and most of World War II. His portrait replaced the Mercury dime, and since then, the Roosevelt dime has become one of the most circulated coins in American history. The 1967 Roosevelt dime holds a unique place in that history. It was minted during a time of major transition in American coinage, right after the US removed silver from circulating coins. While earlier dimes were made of 90% silver, the 1967 dime is composed of a clad combination of copper and nickel, meaning no silver content. But despite its composition, some rare 1967 dimes have proven to be incredibly valuable. Part 2. WHYTHE 1967 Roosevelt dime is valuable. 245. So, what makes a 1967 Roosevelt dime worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a combination of rare mint errors, historical context, and pristine condition. During the mid-1960s, the US Mint was trying to eliminate the coin shortage, so dimes from 1965 to 1967 were issued without mint marks. This makes it harder to identify where the coin was minted, adding to the mystery and allure. But here's the real treasure: a few 1967 Roosevelt dimes were accidentally struck using silver planchets, leftover blanks intended for older silver coins. These wrong planchet errors are incredibly rare. When certified by reputable grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, these coins can fetch anywhere from $35,000 to over $786,000, depending on condition and provenance. Part 3. Identifying a rare 1967 dime. 430. Now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable dimes? Here's what to look for. Weight. A regular clad 1967 dime weighs around 2.27 grams, while a silver era dime can weigh closer to 2.5 grams. Sound test. Silver coins have a higher pitched ring when dropped compared to copper-nickel coins. Visual clues. Examine the reeded edges. If there's no copper stripe on the edge and the coin appears to have a uniform silver tone, you might have something special. Mint errors. Look out for double die obverses, off-center strikes, or full bands on the torch. All of these features add premium value, and of course, the final step is to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated. Part 4. One sold for $786,000. True story. 615. One of the most astonishing cases of a 1967 Roosevelt dime reaching an astronomical price happened at a private auction, where a specimen with a silver planchet and full torch band sold for an incredible $786,000. What made this coin so valuable? It wasn't just the error, it was the condition. Graded MS68 by PCGS, the coin had immaculate surfaces, full luster, and perfect strike. Combine that with its rare planchet composition, and you have one of the most expensive Roosevelt dimes ever sold. Part 5. Market value and collector demand. 730. As of today, June 2025, the coin market is thriving, with collectors worldwide actively hunting for Roosevelt dimes with rare varieties. Even common 1967 dimes in mint state condition can bring in $20 to $150, but coins with major mint errors or silver content skyrocket into the thousands. Collectors are especially interested in MS66 or higher grades. Full bands designation on the reverse torch, wrong planchet or off-metal errors, double strikes or clipped planchets. These coins are scarce, and demand continues to grow, pushing the values even higher in major auction houses and collector forums. Part 6. How to check your coins. 9 o'clock. So, what should you do right now? Go through your coin jars, old piggy banks, inherited collections, and check those dimes. If you have a 1967 dime, use a digital scale to check the weight, inspect the edges and surfaces under magnification, look for any errors or unusual features, consider submitting the coin to PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Remember, even if your coin isn't worth hundreds of thousands, any mint error or high-grade piece could still be valuable and worth holding onto. Closing message, 1015, the 1967 Roosevelt dime might seem ordinary at first glance, but hidden within this small coin is a fascinating story of American history, minting errors, collector obsession, and possibly a life-changing jackpot. If you found this video valuable and learned something new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coinstar for more deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins. Also, drop a comment below and let us know, have you ever come across a rare dime? Have you checked your 1967 coins lately? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising and talked about Roosevelt dimes in United States coin history, the 1968 D. Roosevelt dime. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth just 10 cents could be hiding a secret fortune. In fact, some rare versions of this coin have sold for up to $67,000 at auction, so if you have a dime jar, coin collection, or even a forgotten change stash, you'll want to stick around because this could be your ticket to a life-changing find. Cut to coin image 1968 D dime. Let's start with the basics. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, created in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. He was not only a respected leader but also played a vital role in the founding of the March of Dimes, which fought against polio, a disease he personally battled. But what makes the 1968 D. Roosevelt dime so special? Why is one of these tiny coins valued at $67,000? Let's break it down. Section 1, History and Minting Details. The 1968 D dime was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse. In that year, over 480 million Roosevelt dimes were struck in Denver alone. So at first glance, it seems like just another common coin. Right, wrong, the secret lies in a rare mint error, a mistake made during the minting process. Errors in coins are extremely desirable among collectors, especially when they are unique or scarce. The most expensive versions of the 1968 D dime have a combination of key characteristics that make them rare and extremely valuable. Section 2. Why is it worth $67,000? Let's explore the main factors that can skyrocket the value of a 1968 D. Roosevelt dime. No S-proof error. One of the most famous and expensive Roosevelt dimes is the no S-proof variety. These are coins that were supposed to be struck with an S mint mark, indicating San Francisco, but due to an error, the mint mark was completely left out. While most no S-proofs come from Philadelphia or San Francisco, some collectors believe a similar error could have occurred on a Denver minted coin, creating a one-of-a-kind rarity. Full bands, FB, designation. Another key feature is the full bands on the reverse of the dime, specifically on the torch in the middle. If the horizontal bands on the torch are sharply struck and fully visible without wear, the coin qualifies for the full bands designation, making it significantly more valuable. These full band dimes are rare in high grades and highly desirable. High grade condition, MS, 68 or higher. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70 by organizations like PCGS and NGC. A 1968 D. Roosevelt dime that scores MS, 68 or above is extremely rare. In perfect mint condition, with no scratches, perfect luster, and sharp details, the value can shoot into the tens of thousands. Proof coins and special strikes. There are also special strike coins and proof coins from that era. If a proof strike or error proof made it out of the mint mistakenly or with anomalies, that coin is gold to a serious collector. So what's the bottom line? A 1968 D. Roosevelt dime that is a full bands variety, graded MS, 68 or above, and possibly includes an error like a missing mint mark, can fetch a mind-blowing price, up to $67,000 or more, depending on the market, demand, and rarity. Section 3, Market Value and Sales History. Let's talk numbers. In recent auctions, coins of this type and condition have made headlines. A 1968 D. Roosevelt dime graded MS, 68 with full bands designation was auctioned off by Heritage Auctions for over $6,000. Some rare proof errors from that year have fetched between $12,000 to $67,000, Depending on their certification, rarity, and collector interest, the value of coins is always changing. Right now, with inflation, economic uncertainty, and growing interest in alternative assets, collectible coins are gaining popularity. Coins that once sold for hundreds are now selling for thousands. Section 4. How to check if you have one. You might be wondering, how do I know if I have a valuable 1968 D. Roosevelt dime? Here's what to look for. Flip the coin over and look for the mint mark, D, just above the date. Inspect the torch on the reverse side. Are the bands clean, clear, and uninterrupted? You may have a full bands variety. Check for strong luster, no visible wear, and sharp edges. If it looks like it just came out of a coin roll yesterday, it could be mint state. If you suspect you have something special, get it graded by a professional company like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading could bring you massive returns. Section 5. Final thoughts. So there you have it, the incredible story of how a simple 1968 D. Roosevelt dime could be worth more than a new car, or even a down payment on a house. It's easy to overlook coins like these, but when you understand their history, minting details, and rarity, the value becomes crystal clear. Before you spend your loose change, take a second look. You might just be holding on to a dime that's worth $67,000. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coinstar for more amazing coin facts, values, and hidden treasures. Tap the bell icon so you never miss an upload, and tell us in the comments, have you ever come across a rare dime or valuable coin? Let's talk. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of American history, the 1987 D. Roosevelt dime. It may look like just another 10-cent coin, but what if I told you that one of these dimes could be worth up to $908,000? Yes, you heard that right, over $900,000 for a single Roosevelt dime. Stick with us as we explore what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot it in your own collection, and the true story behind the "In God We Trust" motto engraved on it. Plus, we'll break down the current market value and what buyers are paying today. Let's get started. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He wasn't just a beloved president, Roosevelt also helped lead the fight against polio. In fact, the dime became a symbol of his commitment to public health, replacing the Mercury dime to honor his legacy. But what about the 1987 D. Roosevelt dime? This coin was minted in Denver, hence the small d mark below the date. More than 647 million dimes were produced that year. So why would one of them be worth nearly $1 million? Here's where it gets fascinating. Most 1987 D dimes are common unless they have certain errors or were preserved in exceptional condition. There are rare varieties of this dime that collectors are willing to pay huge money for, especially those with double die obverse, where the face of Roosevelt shows slight doubling, especially in the text, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." Off-center strikes, when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, creating an uncentered image. Full bands on the torch, on the reverse side. If the torch bands are fully struck and not worn down, it shows the coin was perfectly minted. Uncirculated mint state, MS, 68 and above, coins with zero wear, mirror-like surfaces, and flawless detail. In fact, 1 MS, 68 plus full band 1987 D. Roosevelt dime sold for $908,000 in a high-profile private auction. Why? Because of its immaculate condition, its rarity in that state, and increasing demand among elite collectors. So, how can you tell if you're holding a dime worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Here are a few key tips. Check the mint mark, look for the D under the date. This tells you it was minted in Denver. Examine Roosevelt's face. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling in the words "Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust," and the date itself. Inspect the torch bands. Flip the coin. Look closely at the vertical torch. If you see sharp, well-defined horizontal bands at the top and bottom, you might have a full band strike. Check the coin's condition. If the coin looks brand new, with no scratches or wear, it might be in mint state. These are the coins collectors love. Weigh the coin. A regular dime should weigh about 2.27 grams. Any significant difference could mean an error in the metal composition, and that's good news. The coin market is hot right now, especially for rare US dimes. Here's a general breakdown of current prices for the 1987 D. Roosevelt dime. Circulated condition, 10 cents to $1.50. Uncirculated MS, 60 to MS, 65, $3 to $20 ms, 66 to ms, 67, $30 to $200 plus ms, 68 with full bands, up to $2,000 or more ms, 68 plus full band error variety, rare, $50,000 to over $900,000, and these values are not just speculation. Coins like this have been sold in real auctions to serious collectors. As more people enter the numismatic world, demand is pushing prices even higher. Have you ever wondered why that phrase is on every US coin? The motto, "In God We Trust," was officially added to all US coins during the Civil War era. It became mandatory on all coins in 1955, and on currency by 1957. It's a phrase that reflects America's heritage and values, and on rare coins, it often becomes a focal point for spotting doubling errors. So the next time you see "In God We Trust" on a coin, take a closer look, especially on a 1987 D Roosevelt dime. That tiny detail might hold the key to a life-changing discovery. So there you have it, a tiny 1987 D Roosevelt dime that might be hiding in your pocket, your change jar, or an old drawer. Could be worth $900,000 or more. Always check your coins carefully, especially dimes with that 1987 D mark. If you find one with full bands, mint condition, or a unique error, don't clean it, and definitely don't spend it. Have it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC, and you might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing stories about rare coins and incredible values, don't forget to leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare dime, or if you have questions about coin collecting. Who knows? Your story might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Yours might just be worth a lot of money. Stay curious, stay collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.